Hello, and welcome to our Impact Wave Short Waves Lasting Impact podcast series. I'm Karen Talamelli, and my guest today is Krystle Saulsbury. Krystle is an entrepreneur, author, pageant expert, and digital creator, philanthropist, and founder of Crystal Clear Pageantry. I'm especially pleased to welcome Krystle today, just ahead of the 71st Miss Universe competition being held this year, 2023, on January 14th in the city of New Orleans. I'm excited to be able to talk more about the platform this pageant provides these ladies to become powerful spokespersons and transformative leaders in their fields and to further the social impact of their works with the many causes that are important to them. So welcome, Krystle. Please tell us a little bit about your background and what do you think competitions like Miss Universe are about?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Karen, for inviting me again for this podcast episode. For those of you who do not know me, I am Krystle Saulsbury. I am the owner and founder of Crystal Clear Pageantry. Crystal Clear Pageantry is a digital platform that educates ladies on all things pageant related and just to help them take the crystal clear steps to go from going from the going to get the crown with confidence. So I've been in the pageantry industry for well over 20 years. I started at the age of 17. Honestly, did not have a desire to compete in pageants early on, but I was encouraged by my mother. I was actually found by this organization called the Miss Teen of America Pageant System, which they are now called the American Pageants. They sent me a letter in the mail to compete in a pageant, and I really was drawn to that system because they were not a typical beauty pageant. They were a scholarship program that really looked at the girl as a whole, her academics, community service, just all around accomplishments. And I knew that pageant system was in alignment with my current goals, dreams, and aspirations. So I competed in that pageant system, won the 17-year-old Achievement Award, Community Service Award. And from there, I've been on this journey of not only competing, but really educating ladies who want to compete in the pageant system and what it takes to really be successful in the industries. Of course, we all want to win the crown. That's, we love the crown, the sash, but of course, it is much deeper than that. It's really about celebrating your God-given talents and abilities and really making a change, not only in your respective cities, but the states, the nation, the entire world. And one thing I love about the Miss Universe organization is they have really tagged themselves as the greatest celebration of women, which I think is absolutely correct. And it is bigger than a pageant. This is an international platform where ladies from across the world, let's just say world, can have their platform elevated and to really create change, to really inspire others to not only compete in a pageant, but also really advocate for a cause that is near and dear to the heart. And Miss Universe, the Miss Universe stage is an international platform where their platform can be elevated and the world can see the great work they're doing.
That's fantastic. And, I've gotten to, actually see that in front of my eyes. It really is amazing. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot that goes into it. What is it like to manage the demands of the competition alongside taking advantage of the platform this affords? Like you said, these women are very dedicated to these causes, but they must be going through so much, especially this week and on that massive stage.
What I've seen to be such successful for a lot of pageant contestants that I've noticed that when it comes to their platforms and their causes, it's actually ingrained in who they are. It's not something they're just doing for a pageant. They've been doing the great work prior to Miss Universe or prior to any pageant competition they've competed in. And when the work is already in you and you've already been doing the work, it becomes a little bit easier to do the work as well as preparing for a pageant. As we for those who compete in pageants, competing in pageants is a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of money. I mean, of course, you're already also advocating for a cause, but if that cause is already ingrained in you and you're already doing the daily work, it becomes a bit much easier, and that you're able to mesh the advocacy work with the preparation for the pageant itself. So I think they're doing a great job. I've seen their work even prior to competing for, the road to Miss Universe and the great work they're doing. So I think one thing people need to understand that a lot of the causes that these ladies are advocating, they've been doing them for a number of years. It's not something they just created for Miss Universe. This is a part of their lifestyle. And I think people need to understand that service at the heart should be a part of your lifestyle. It's not something you just do just because it's popular, it's trending. We were created, I'm just going to be honest, I believe that we were created, our purpose on this earth is to serve. And the ladies of Miss Universe, they know and understand that, and they have been successful with not only advocating for their causes, but competing for this pageant.
I love that perspective because you're thinking of this big cause, but you make me think of just service work or volunteer work or the things that are near and dear to my heart. It just so much is a part of me. You can't separate it from the person and their work and actions that are sincere. And totally agree. When you give of yourself like that, it's you receive so much more than you're putting out. It just enriches you and fills you. That's a great perspective. Thank you for that. And you are a coach as well. So how do you approach coaching young ladies interested in the world of pageantry, which is quite a vast world? There are a lot of different pageants and not all women.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Pageantry is such, we say it's big, but we also say it's small because a lot of us run into each other that we've known from different pageant systems and in different aspects of pageantry. And when I was a coach, when I was coaching a lot more, I approach pageantry from a holistic perspective. Yes, you need to have the right gown. It's important to have the right posture. It's important to, make sure your hair and makeup is in point. All those things are important. But if you don't believe on the inside that you can do well, if your belief system is not where it needs to be, then honestly, you've already lost the competition. Because I believe that pageantry competition, this is just my personal belief, even as a coach, I've told contestants this in the past, is that I believe that pageantry is more 80% mental, 20% technique. Meaning that if you don't have the correct mindset, if you don't have the right belief system, then it's very hard to be successful in a pageantry. And you really have to start on the inside first. You have to really do those mindset shifts, really do your affirmations, listening to the right type of music, watching the right type of television shows, making sure you're monitoring your social media time, because even though social media is a great thing to have, we're able to really showcase our platforms. We're really able to showcase our pageant titles, but sometimes it can be a little toxic. And knowing and understanding when you need to take a break and take a step back and really monitoring what you're watching, what you're listening to, what your who your friends and your circles are, really being mindful of that, because they can affect your preparation for any competition, whether it's a small pageant or something as large as the Miss Universe stage. So just really taking a step back and really looking on the inside and making sure you are whole as a person. And when you've done the work, because sometimes it will take weeks, it may take months, sometimes it will take years to really unlearn some of the things you have been taught that are not really been healthy, and to really be the best person you can. And once you done the work and you've done those affirmations and you've monitored what you're watching and what you're listening to, then we can work on the actual technique of pageantry, whether it's perfecting your interview or picking out the right type of dress, the right type of shoes, your hair, makeup, all those things, on stage question, every aspect of competition. But honestly, I feel like the person as a whole needs to be they need to be at their right headspace. They need to be mentally prepared, emotionally prepared, and then we can work on technique.
Wow. And that seems like a process or program just for success in life. Anybody who entered a competition going through that with you've already won, because the competition is one day. Those are life lessons that
Absolutely.
could let you walk into any room, whether it's just a job, volunteering, and just give the best of yourself as well. And that's amazing. And kind of is a segue to what I wanted to ask you, that what do you think the positive effect of this experience has on women after the competition in their personal and professional life? The way I see you even explaining, usually one winner is crowned, but there are a lot of people who seem to achieve so much, maybe not a crown, but kind of a crown of success to go through this, to go further after the day after the award ceremony.
Absolutely. And you said it correctly, the crown of success. These ladies have an amazing opportunity. Everyone doesn't have the opportunity to compete for Miss Universe. So this is an amazing opportunity in itself. And I know there are some probably have been trying for this type, trying for this opportunity for years upon years, and they've finally gotten an opportunity. And even if they don't win, they have accomplished so much just to make it to the universe stage. This is an international platform where they can showcase their talents, their skills, their abilities, and the skills that they're going to learn this week. And this week they're learning now, and next week leading up into the pageant. Those are transferable skills they can utilize throughout their entire life. They can go back into their communities and really affect change with their projects. I'm going to mention a few of the contestants right now. You have Miss USA, does great work in sustainable fashion, works with a Houston-based nonprofit where they take old textiles that are dumped in landfills and they create sustainable fashion pieces. You have contestants like Indonesia with her work in literacy. I was reading recently that she was able to teach English to some of the poor people in Bali. These ladies they were doing the work before the Miss Universe, and I can only imagine the impact. Of course, Miss Universe is really elevating their platform even more. They're going to do even greater work even after the competition ends, and that's where the greater crown is right there, the crown of service.
Yeah, that so eloquently put. It really is amazing. They're humbling, and yeah, perfect segue because I was going to say I'm truly amazed and inspired by these delegates of the 71st particular Miss Universe competition. Their service to people and causes is making an immeasurable impact globally and in their local communities around the world. But having the pleasure of getting to know you this year, I'm inspired by your sense of community, your selfless work inspiring others, your anti-bullying campaigns, your work on endometriosis awareness, and so many other causes. We don't have that much time to list all the causes you're involved in. But, I guess, do you feel the world of pageantry helped you particularly and participants generally take a leadership role in the causes dear to them?
Absolutely. Pageantry really reinforced and just really gave me confirmation of the good work that I was already doing, that I'm on the right path. And it gave me that platform to really show others that you can talk about taboo issues like endometriosis. I know a lot of times people don't want to talk about, endometriosis because we're talking about the female reproductive system, but pageantry gave me the confidence to really talk about that taboo topic and really educate women and girls across the country. Even to now, people are, every now and then I still get inboxes from people across the country asking me about endometriosis, asking me about the symptoms and how they're struggling themselves, because it's such a taboo topic. And pageantry has really allowed me to really have those tough conversations. And it really allows you to really have this platform to really speak your mind, to really promote a cause that is near and dear to your heart. You can do that. You can use any vehicle. You don't necessarily have to use pageantry, but pageantry is such a helpful vehicle to really put your cause, your nonprofit, your platform to the forefront to really educate. Because at the end of the day, we're all about service. We're all about helping people. We're all about affecting changes in our communities, in our state, in our nation, throughout the world. And I love that pageantry has allowed me to do that, to really be this advocate for so many causes and really tackle those taboo topics. And I want to give a shout out to our current Miss Universe, Harnaz, who's doing great work in menstrual equity. That is a topic people don't want to talk about in your menstrual cycle. And I'm glad she's really talking about it and really doing some great work into end period poverty, and the great work she's doing in her country of India. Is such an amazing thing to watch.
It really is, and it has so many effects because it's not just menstrual equity impact. I mean, it is, but the effect that has on girls' education. When they menstruate, in many countries, the education stops. So there are so many effects on that, and to have somebody who would have known that it was being promoted that globally because
Absolutely.
of that platform. You're absolutely right. It's really just tremendous to take an issue that is, I totally agree with you, is taboo. People don't like to talk about it, but to use this incredible platform of Miss Universe to kind of make the invisible visible, give a voice to people that don't have one, is pretty outstanding. I agree with you.
And it gives other ladies confidence that may struggle with, a taboo topic, it gives them confidence to know that the Miss Universe stage is addressing things like menstrual equity and period poverty. I too can address my own taboo topic with my own platform. I think it's going to give a lot of women and girls more confidence to really speak out as well.
You're absolutely right. That is really an important point that, I don't think it comes up. She really blasted the door open that, if it's important, if it's impactful, and it's a topic that the numbers are staggering, that you can use this topic and you could speak boldly and with confidence and make such an impact, literally, a universal impact, around the world with that. But Krystle, thank you so much for being so generous, taking your time and giving us, this insight, not only to pageantry, but just living a good, impactful, productive life of service, and what a difference that truly makes. But it's always a pleasure. Krystle Saulsbury, thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you enjoyed the conversation, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Hope to see you next time. Thank you so much, Krystle.
Thank you for having me.